All right. Hey, to my real estate friends, I am so thankful you're taking a minute just to connect and hear about our new series that we called Launch. It's an honor just to invest in you and in your vision, your family, your business. You know, your business doesn't just show up in your inbox, does it? You've got to work. You've got to go out and get what you want. And that is so important for us to understand as we just keep going after it and going after it. But there are some factors along the way that can throw us off. And I just really want to invest in these series that we produce for you in helping you just to keep focused, keep on task, and getting after the things that matter to you. We all know that our business success comes from great connections, great experiences, and great referrals. And our launch series is all about helping you give your client great experiences. And that's the foundation piece for you to get great referrals. And we just understand that and we want to invest in that with you. So we're going to, in this series called Launch, we're going to do a three-part series that just help to equip you with some resources and some concepts so that you can continue offering your great experiences to your clients to get those great referrals. And these concepts will not cost you money. We at Home Partners Inspections aren't going to charge you anything for it. It's just our investment in you to help you thrive and have great success in your business. And all you need to do is decide that you want to deploy these and go after it. And we're excited to be a part of your business in this way. At the end of this series, we're going to finish it off. After the first three parts, we're going to have a Zoom call where you can just come and be a part of it. I'm going to pull it all together, and I'm just going to share some insights and maybe have some opportunities for some Q&A if you'd like to be a part of that. So listen, today in this series launch, part one is where we're at, and we're talking today about the mission objective. The mission objective. Have you ever set out the door just to head to nowhere? I mean, someone who just walks out the door and they don't know where they're going, one of two things is probably going on. Number one, they're so relaxed, so laid back with so little responsibility, they don't have to worry about where they're going and they're just wandering. The other thing is, the other option would be they are so stressed out, they're just trying to get away. They're trying to forget about it all. But you can't go out to nowhere if you want to get something done, can you? If you have a vision, if you have an objective, if your client has a vision and an objective, they can't just wander towards it hoping they get it. They have to have a mission objective that they're pursuing. Now, you may have heard of something called the focal point. Have you ever heard of that? A lot of times, that's what in the birthing classes and stuff like that, they encourage moms to have some sort of a focal point that they can put their attention on. And I want us to talk a little bit about this idea a little bit. Um, and I want you to understand, first of all, where I'm coming from. First of all, I am the father of four. My amazing wife, Sarah, has given birth to four kids without any epidural or anything like that. I have no idea how she did it, but it was amazing. I can tell you this, that the first kid, 15 hours of labor, second kid, 4 hours of labor, third kid, you'd think we'd got this down by now, 21 hours of labor. And then the fourth kid, about 45 minutes of labor. So we've been all over the map with this and we've had a lot of experiences. But I want us to realize something, and it's something that's really important for us to understand. And it is this. Whoops, let me get to my slide here. Focusing on the pain is not going to get you to where you want to go. Focusing on the pain is not going to get you where you want to go. Focusing on the pain is not going to get your client where they want to go. Do you want to know what the motivation was for my wife? You want to know what got her where she wanted to go? It was this. It was the image of holding her kid in her arms against her chest and just experiencing that. So in those moments when it was hard, in those moments when it was difficult, this is what drove her, and this is what pressed her to really get to that point of being able to get through the pain. And we'd count down and just get through moment by moment, trying to get to that point where she could be able to meet her kid. And all four times, it was just an extraordinary, extraordinary experience. Your client needs to know their mission objective. Otherwise, guess what? They're going to be thinking about the pain. They're going to start thinking we can't do this. They're going to get overwhelmed and discouraged. So you already do this really when you sit down and you meet with your clients and talk through what they're looking for. But I want to challenge you to take it to another level and give them something that they can hold on to, something tangible as a reference. So let's talk about this a little bit. The objective in print is the idea that I want to present to you today. There is power in seeing it. There's power in writing something down and being able to reference it. And I want you to see this. Michael Hyatt mentions this, and you can see this study in some other place. It says this: the research is conclusive. Dr. Gail Matthews, a psychology professor at Dominican University in California, did a study on goal setting with 267 participants. She found that you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down. That's pretty astounding to me. 42% more likely to achieve your goals. I want us just to consider that and take that into working with your clients. The end game isn't just to get your client in a house. The end game is for your client to have a vision and to be able to meet that vision in a real and tangible, practical way. And so, what I really want to encourage you to think through in this is that if you write something down, the likelihood your client's going to go after that thing becomes so much greater. They're going to be 42% more likely to achieve that thing and not just settle for something else. There's power in seeing and not just in thinking about your goal. Now, I want you to see something that Michael Hyatt wrote in July of 2019. This has had a really significant, Michael Hyatt's had a really significant impact on me. And I'm trying to advance the slide here. Here we go. Michael Hyatt writes this: 5 reasons why you should commit your goals to writing. And I want you to see these 5 reasons. You can certainly think about yourself and what you want to accomplish and the number of transactions you want to have this year. But I also want you to think of this through the filter of what your clients need, what's going to guide your clients and motivate your clients. And I believe putting the objective, the mission objective in writing is one of those keys. Let's look at what Michael Hyatt tells us. Number 1, you put it in writing because it will force you to clarify what you want. Clients, the husband wants one thing, the wife wants something else, and that can create some tension. You guys deal with this in real estate all the time. Putting something down in writing, they both have to land someplace, and they both have to go forward with that objective, at least for a time being. Number 2, you put it in writing because it will motivate you to take action. Take action. If you know what you want and you see an opportunity, let's place an offer on this. Let's go after it. Let's get something done. Number 3, put it in writing because it will provide a filter for other opportunities. Man, you deal with this all the time. They have been looking in this neighborhood, they've been looking at this size home, and all of a sudden another home in a city 2 cities away comes up and they abandon it to go after that. Putting it in writing really helps them to process, and it really helps them to filter other opportunities. Number 4, because it will help you overcome resistance. You all know, especially in a market like we've been in for a while, there is resistance. There's multiple offers that we don't get. There is disappointment. There's lack of inventory. There's so many things that can create resistance. But if you have the mission objective in writing, it helps to overcome some of that resistance. And then you put it in writing because it will enable you to see and celebrate your progress. You're going to be able to use this, and you're going to be able to help your client filter, where have we come from, what have we accomplished, and where are we going to go from here. So those are some really powerful reasons for having things in writing. And I really want to encourage you not to underestimate the value of putting that in writing. But how do we make that happen? All right. I want to introduce you to a really cool free resource, and I'm not going to pull it up. I'm just going to show you some examples of how I leverage this resource, that if I were putting on your hat, and I went with some very generic ideas on this, but I want you to see how I use this resource. It's called Canva.com, Canva.com. And I want you to just see an example of how I used Canva to put together this mission objective in writing. So here we go. On the right-hand side here, and you see the website at the bottom, Canva.com. I just put this together. They have these templates, and you just enter the information in it. You edit it however you want. So I just put this together. We have got to have our top 5 needs. We need at least 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Our kids go to city schools, so we need to stay in that school district. We want a home that is move-in ready and does not require fixing up. We want a 2-car garage with room for storage, either in the house or the garage. We need a fenced-in yard for the dogs. And then just a quote. I put a quote at the bottom. Home is where love resides, memories are created, friends always belong, and laughter never ends. Now you have this document that you can print off, you can put in front of your clients every time you meet with them and say, hey, remember, this is what we're looking for today. So let's always put that filter on as we're looking at these properties today. And we'll talk more about places you can use it. Let's see another one. I decided this isn't really my personal style, but I just thought, hey, for those that have a contemporary edge, they're working with some young clients that are looking for something that's really trendy or something, you might, and Canva has stuff all over the map. This is just an example. What we will get. All right. So this is the mission objective in writing. The same concepts that I had before, I put it in here. Basically, we will get a 4-bedroom and 3-bath home in our current school district. It will have great storage and a 2-car garage. The yard will be dog friendly with a fence, and it will be move-in ready for our family. See, they've got this in writing. You print it off, you put it in front of them, put it in a protective sheet so that every time you're going to be talking with them, you just pull that out, look at it. It's nice and shiny, looks great, has a good feel. You put some effort behind it, and they feel really good about the process and about the goal that they have. Now, I'm going to end sharing my screen here for a second. This is a really great resource that I want to encourage you to explore with canva.com. But let's talk about mission command, all right? So this is an important thing. Ever have a client who wanted to change course while you're on a journey? Of course you have. You expect change in real estate. Buyers gain a lot of clarity through the real estate process. The more homes they look at, the more they understand something they want. The different price points you look at, the comps you end up learning about. There's a number of other things that can change. Maybe they did an inspection. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with people who've lost a home and they were overwhelmed by it, and then they end up finding a different home that they love even more than that first home. It happens all the time. So the challenge is things change course. But what you really want to do is you want to tie them to this mission so that if they want to change course, they actually have to do it on this document. They're actually making a commitment to edit this beautiful thing that they've been looking at throughout the process and do something else. And this gives you an opportunity to invite the lender in if they're talking a different price point, and gives you the opportunity to invite whoever is a part of their decision process in to edit their mission objective in writing. Listen, the ship's astronaut cannot effectively make a change and expect success without mission control. And what we're doing by putting this in writing is when someone wants to edit, we're just saying, hey, let's get everyone that helped to put this idea together. That's mission control. And let's talk about this new strategy and this new plan. Then, this is an interesting part of this process. Take this beautiful document, pull it out of the protective sheet, hand your client a Sharpie and say, what do you want to edit? Cross out what's no longer important and write in what is important to you. Let them edit it, let them move forward with it, and let them just have that gut moment like, okay, we're going to redo this document we've been working from, and just let them process it. And then this is important. Let them know that you are excited about their clarity. You know, so often as agents, it's really easy to get irritated with clients changing their decision, changing their mind, changing their features that they want. I really want to encourage you to celebrate when they have new clarity, and then go out and print the new document and let them get excited about that to guide them through the process. So we're almost done here. I want you to think about this. When do you get to use this mission objective in writing? Number one, when considering an MLS search. How are you going to put together this MLS search? You're talking to your people. You want them to understand the value of what they're looking at. You want them to understand these are the things, this is a criteria that you're looking for. And your MLS search can be built around this document. Next, When considering a showing, you're looking at a list of homes. They say, we'd like to go look at this house. And you can say, you know what? Your mission objective said you wanted a fenced in yard. This doesn't have that. Are you sure you want to go look at it? And then it opens up some of those other conversations. Before entering a showing, just saying, okay, here we are in this neighborhood. It's in this school district. We said that was our objective. Are you ready to go look at this house? Before making an offer on the house, really look at it right then. You're about to put an offer in on this. You're looking at putting escrow money down, investing in inspections and other services. You want them to be sure that they're committed to this, and you're tying them back to their dream. And then after an offer is accepted, you celebrate with them, just saying, hey, look, this was our goal. We have an offer accepted that meets this goal. This is so exciting. And you get to celebrate with it. And then you get to go through this document before the inspection process, help them to understand where they're at there. And then before the addendum is submitted, and before or after the closing, where you can really celebrate what's been accomplished. There's a lot of places that you can use this mission objective in writing. Now, listen, here's what I want to do. I want to challenge you to be people of action and just to get after it and really go and make something happen with this. So here's my challenge for you. I'm going to challenge you to 4 things to be people of action. First, right now, go try out canva.com. Just go out, give it a shot, mess with it a little bit, see the different templates, see what's your style. Think of past clients and what's their style. Put in some of what you might have put in for other clients in the past and create an example of a mission objective in writing right now. Number 2, use this tool with your next client. Invest in it right away. Put this into practice. See how it guides the process and what kind of experience they have with it. And then number 4, let me know how it works. I want to hear back from you. When you use this tool and you have the success with it and you realize how it keeps people centered, how it keeps people tied into the process, make sure you can give us some feedback. Let us know how this tool worked for you. We'd be honored to hear from you. You can email me at ryan@homepartnerskc.com. Now listen, that's it for talking about today's tool. I do want to let you know that our next part of our series, part 2, is authorized personnel only. This is a fun part of the launch series. This tool is a secret weapon for agents. It can really help you when you know how to put together an authorized personnel only list. And with this resource, you'll help expose potential pitfalls with unexpected opinions that may enter the process. And you'll also help your clients feel confident with whatever may come up in the process because you have a plan to resolve it. So pay attention, keep an eye on your inbox for that next email that's going to talk about part 2, the authorized personnel only part of our launch series. Thanks so much for your time. Go out, get things done, serve your clients well. We're honored to be a part of that journey.